Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, guys. I know I'm later than usual uploading the videos, guys. My energy wasn't right this morning and I have to make sure my energy is right before I begin my videos. So I've had to do a lot of meditations and a lot of saging, guys. There was some negative energy attacks on me, so I don't like doing my readings when I'm feeling those attacks, guys. So I'm good now, but yeah, I really had to spend quite some time shaking that energy, guys. So thank you so much for your generosity, for your likes, your subscribes, and the Infinite Energy Oracle decks should, without any other shipping delays, be here. Maybe, I'm hoping by Friday, but it could be later, guys. All you have to do to be eligible to win one of the decks is to be a subscriber, guys. Let's find out what's going on with the soulmate connections, Spirit. The ethers, yes. Transformation. The awakened awareness. Gracious receptivity. So you are receiving trust your innocence here. This is Mount Shasta being connected again. You are regenerating here. The highest forces of all. Whatever has been unspeakable has reached the ethers. It's about vulnerability. You have unique gifts. Let's go. Signs, instincts are the messages from the divine. Clearing. It's making the shift. Something very extraordinary is happening. You deserve to be honored. Worth. You've been worthy to belong, to love all along, without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. Trust your innocence. You know, you might have beat yourself up because you were vulnerable to love, but you were innocent in whatever this is. So you're extraordinary. You are you're worthy. You've been worthy all along. You've detached, and now you finally start to see that you were worthy all along. They did the unspeakable. But the ethers knew what they did. That's why you're getting this divine abundance. You know, you were humbled. You know, you've been humbled. This person now is being humbled. I mean, you were worthy all along. In fact, you are love itself. Your love was innocent. Your love was vulnerable. You opened yourself up to be vulnerable to this person. It is your humility. You know, it's good to be humble and question yourself. Like, what did I do wrong in this situation? You didn't do anything wrong. What you did do was show that you can be vulnerable, show that you can be open, show that you are worthy. The hell? This person might have made you feel like you were unworthy. You're extraordinary. Hmm. This person may have blamed you, but Spirit is saying, trust your innocence. You are only being vulnerable and open to this person. If they took advantage of that, that's on them. They might be blaming you for it. Drama. A taker, you know? You know, oh my God. It's about being humble, admitting our own I don't know. If you haven't allowed your ego to become egotistical, there's a difference between ego and egotistical. You know, I don't think that you guys had it like you were this extraordinary human being that you put all the blame on this other person. We have to keep our own egos in check. That's what it's saying. We have to keep our own, be humble. You know, be innocent. Trust in your innocence. If you were vulnerable, at least you were open. At least you were vulnerable enough to be open to love. So, what the frick, man? Keep your ego in check. So, ah, jeez. I don't know, there's an energy here who is a blamer, a drama queen, a taker, a gold digger. We just got to keep our own egos in check. We cannot control the egos of others. And when you remain humble, trust in the purity of your heart. It's like when you selflessly give of yourself, it sends out positive vibrations, and your generosity is returned. I'm telling you right now, someone had a sense of entitlement. Someone allowed their ego to become the ruler of their life. And it's about, we can't control others, we can only control ourselves. Everybody has ego, but it's keeping control of that ego. Not to think, sanctimoniously like we're better than others or that we're extraordinary. Everybody has always done something wrong at some point of their life. But it's about accepting, and not blaming. It's about, what did I not see in this situation? Why wasn't I paying more attention to the red flags? What is it about me that I can change about myself so that I don't end up in another situation like I was just in? And it's having to be humble and say, oh, the epiphany moment. Yeah, I didn't want to see that. Because there was signs. Spirit is clearly saying there was signs. And it is learning to trust yourself enough to pay attention to those signs. Not to be in blame mode, not to blame the other person, but to look inside ourselves and say, what is it about it that I did not see? How come I wasn't paying attention? Spirit is clearly saying that there was signs. Same for this person. If you knew that you were giving generously and being vulnerable, at least you are open to love. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Just remain humble. Spirit, teach me. What do I need to do to prevent myself from being vulnerable to people who take from me and teach me what I need to know to avoid that? Listening to those red flags trusting your intuition. Having to face what we don't want to see the truth. This person did not want to see their own truth. This is drama. Anger, resentment, fears, freeing, don't want to see, don't want to know. I mean, I don't know. Negativity, I don't know. Ego. Okay, guys, so this is saying that clearly this person was in their ego. I think that you tried to talk to this person about whatever was going on. This person is in blame mode. They're like, all the problems in the relationship they would blame you for. If you said, you know, I've got to talk to you about something, it's like this person just didn't want to hear it, didn't want to see it, didn't want to talk about it. I mean, they were all there for the sex, but anything serious that you would like to talk about, they don't want to know it. They may have accused you of, all you want to do is blame. They're blaming you for their problems, blaming you for their own life. You were trying to remain humble. You were trying to remain as humble as what you possibly could. Trying to remain open, trying to be loving, being vulnerable to love. But this person kept taking and taking, blaming you for all their whole life. Basically, every time, I don't want to argue. I don't want to talk. I don't want to argue. I don't want to... How the hell are you supposed to solve your problems? They wanted a superficial kind of love. They wanted superficiality. How are you supposed to problem solve? Everybody on the planet Earth has problems. This person just would shut down at anything. You could have a common sense discussion with this person, and they would construe it as you're just being dramatical. Oh, you're starting drama. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to... Unless it involves sex, they didn't want to hear about it. Sex or money. They don't want to know anything else. So now they're doing the blame game. Oh, they betrayed me. They left my life. They've become successful. They've changed and made all this great. It's their fault. It's their fault. It's their fault. Because they don't want to look. They're playing the victim. Yeah. And now they're sitting at the river of tears. They figured it would be exciting to go have another lover. They're under judgment. Yeah. See, they had a loving connection. They didn't want to put the work in. This person actually respects that you ended things. they actually say you were worthy all along. They may have blamed you, but they're being humbled. It's like it was them that was detached. It was them that was troubled. It was their baggage that they brought with them from a past relationship in. They may have blamed it all on that person. They may have blamed it all on you. But at least you were open. At least you were vulnerable to love, to talk. Not saying everybody's perfect, but they're like, oh, you think you're so good, you think you're so good, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, knock it off. Just knock it off. That's all they had to do, knock it off. It's called a conversation. Have a conversation. How do you feel? Well, actually, this makes me feel this way. Oh, I don't want to know. End of conversation. They didn't want to know it. You were worthy all along. You're somebody that this person saw as their soulmate. They have brought their own relationship problems into the relationship from the past. They've never dealt with them. They just had it convenient to blame everybody else for their problems. It's their fault, it's their fault, it's their fault. But they've never looked in the mirror and saw what they did to contribute. They're saying you were worthy all along. It was them that had the problems. They were emotionally detached. Maybe from the past relationship, every time somebody talked to them, it would turn into an argument or turn into a fight. Because they were dealing with somebody highly dramatical. So they jumped to conclusions thinking, oh, you're going to be the same way. Well, no. You were actually trying to have a conversation. So they would just detach. They were detached when they entered the relationship with you. I mean, when you first meet each other, it's all sex and lovey-dovey and all that. But when you tried to go deep with this person, they shut off. But it is that deepness that builds the relationship. You know what I mean? I mean, you were vulnerable. It's saying you were vulnerable. But they weren't. Because of heartbreak from their past. Exes, manipulation. They learn to become defensive and not let anybody in. They learn to keep their... Because when they would talk in the past and be vulnerable in the past, people would use that information to manipulate them with it. So they learn to be on guard. I'm not doing that again. It's past hurts. whoever they were with was a drama starter, was a blamer. They couldn't converse with this person without having a major shit show. So they just learned to shut their mouth. Tell people what they want to hear. When you came along, you were open. You were vulnerable. But they were not. There was a lot of mind games, a lot of treachery, a lot of in it to win it at all costs, rowing, fighting, arguing. They may have cheated in that past relationship. And it could just be that this person has been this way for a long time. 10 years or more. There's a lot of deception, a lot of trickery, a lot of mind games. And this person was sneaking around. Maybe they had money stolen from them, you know what I mean? Felt cheated out of their finances, you know, it's like, I don't care anymore. I don't care. They learn to get this I don't care attitude. Who cares if you cheat in a relationship? Who cares if you deceive your partner? If they don't know about it, who the hell's gonna care? It was their own attitude. They learn to become superficial. They learn to be like a gold digger, okay? Maybe they were with gold diggers and assumed that you were going to be a gold digger. You were innocent. They may have tried to treat you like you were not worthy to communicate with, to be open with, treating you like you weren't good enough. Maybe they had a sense of superiority about themselves or something. There's that ego again. It's like egotistical to think that every person is going to be the same. Okay? So they pretty much prejudged you. Before you were anything. They went in with assumptions, thinking that you're going to be the same as every other person that they knew. That it was just going to be for sex. That they could buy their way in the relationship somehow. Everybody wants flash, or everybody wants money, or everybody wants this, whatever it is. They don't really love me. They just want what I have. They're going to take what I have. They're going to cheat on me. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They're going to do the other thing. That's because of their past experiences. So they come into this situation, I'll just tell them what they want to hear. They're freaking shocked that you walked away and that you didn't chase them. It's a game they were playing. Let's see how bad they want me. Let's see how bad they're going to chase me. Everybody else chased me. I mean, I'm the head honcho here. Everybody chases me. Except for you. I mean, it's pretty evident that you were vulnerable. It's pretty evident that you tried to communicate with this person, tell them how you were feeling, and they turned it into a game. It's going to work like this, like the last one. They're used to doing that. So no doubt it hurt your ego. I mean, this is not a pleasant situation for anybody, but they actually respect you for walking away. They knew this was a close, loving relationship. Assumption, the tool of the devil, assuming and presuming. Oh, they're going to be this way. Oh, they're going to be that way. They had a mindset that everybody is going to be like their ex. Or all women are this way, or all men are that way. They all want to be, they're all gold diggers, they're all this, they're all that. That's what they've attracted by that mentality. That is exactly who they attracted. A gold digger, a taker. Because that is what they have told themselves that's the only you're probably the only person they've ever met in their life that hasn't been. But that is assumption and presumption, the tool of the devil. They're all that way. No, they're not. They're not. Oh, my ex was this. My ex was that. Oh, they're going to be that way too. Oh, they're going to be that way too. That is pretty presumptuous. That's like putting a slate on the entire world of the 8 billion people and saying 8 billion people are all the same. No, they're not. If you're not, there's others that are not. Oh my God. I'd rather be humble and say, what did I do wrong here? What is it that I need to pay attention to? That's the mirror, looking in the mirror. Well, what did I do? What do I need to see about myself? Well, maybe you're too giving. Maybe you're too vulnerable. Too trusting, too naive. But that's a quality in itself. At least you didn't have a mindset that said, all people are this way. They're not. At least you were vulnerable. You've been hurt before. But at least you were vulnerable enough to be open. At least you were willing to open your heart and risk being hurt, which is a lot better than what some people did. They went to what was comfortable to them. Blamers, fakers, takers. At least you were innocent. Like you innocently, innocence is a beautiful thing. That's a pure heart. That's a pure soul. You know, someone who's open, does not prejudge people, who didn't judge a book by the cover. I'm not saying they were so pretty. You know what I mean? But you didn't judge them. You got to know them as a human being. Fell in love with their soul. That is a beautiful thing. It's a quality many people do not possess. Don't beat yourself up. Do not beat yourself up. If you were open and you were vulnerable, at least you had an open heart, not a closed ass, cold heart. You know what I'm saying? That's a gift in itself. An open heart, even after you've been wounded. To be open-hearted. But I'll tell you, the lesson you've learned is to learn your own value and not be giving away just to anybody who comes along into your life. You're a lot wiser now. It doesn't mean that you're not open. It just means you're wiser. You're going to learn to look for the red flags and learn to look for the warning signs. Usually when you get that pit in your stomach, that means something's wrong. And that's your spirit guides telling you that's because something is wrong. Yeah, they just kept putting things off, putting things off, putting things off. Slow, slow, slow. Might as well be a turtle. Well, how many years are you going to spend together before you learn to be vulnerable? What, you want to spend 20, 30 years, in a relationship with somebody who's not going to be open? Oh, so protective that you can't get near them? Oh, we'll just keep stalling. Let's slow things down. Well, there's something positive for moving slowly, but not if you're not open. That ain't gonna go anywhere. You have to willing to have complete transparency. And this person did not want to be transparent. They did not want to be vulnerable. Nope. Nope. They've got internal anger. They've got internal resentments. Told you. They don't want to be vulnerable. So it's like, yes, just stalling. This person's like playing a mind game. It's like, yeah. They're pissed off you didn't chase them. It's their past baggage. That's what it is. It's their past baggage. They were used to one particular group of people who they've associated with. They're all the same. Prejudged you. You were worthy all along. And now they're being humbled. They're figuring it out. Did you go after their gold? Did you go after their money? Did you chase them? Did you start a big drama? Did you get vindictive? I guess they were humbled. They were wrong. I'm not saying you're angels here or anything, guys. I mean, everybody gets hurt and everybody's ego gets hurt, and we say things to people that were close to you just to vent and talk about things. But you didn't take any malicious acts against this person, you know, frig them up on their job, frig them up here, steal their money, you know what I'm saying? So proof is in the pudding. And I guess this person was testing you. Not that you had to prove your worth in the first place, because that's what Spirit's saying. You didn't have to prove yourself to this person. You were worthy all along. In fact, you are love itself. You didn't have to do anything to improve. Trust your innocence. You know, you were very gracious, and you've just been brought to awareness, okay? You were vulnerable. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. And a lot of people think being vulnerable is a weakness. It isn't. It is a strength. Because when you're vibing high like that, you send out such positivity that is what comes back to you from the ethers. Spirit's saying, trust your innocence. You were worthy all along. You didn't have to prove yourself to this person. It's almost like they wanted evidence or proof that you were who you said you were. You don't have to. You were worthy all along. Why do people do that? Like, I don't get that. I talk to people every single day, and I knew that each and every person is different than that of the next. What the hell? What if you live that way? You know, on guard all the time? It's like you'd be paranoid, man. Sometimes you gotta be wise, but innocence is a gift. You didn't judge this person. You accepted them as they were. So don't beat yourselves up. It is a gift to be innocent and vulnerable. It's those who take advantage of you that gotta be questioned on their intentions. You know, and it's humility when we look in the mirrors and said, Spirit, did I do something wrong? Tell me what I did wrong. Or questioning this person, did I do something wrong? Or, you know, you're not saying anything to me. You're not being open with me. Oh, you're just trying to start drama. Oh, you're just going to use this. Oh, you'll use that as a weapon. Oh, They assumed and presumed what you were going to do. So they didn't want to open up. So let them stay cold then. What are you going to do? At least you were vulnerable and open. It's a lot more than they were. That is a gift. And now they're saying you were worthy all along. But I guess that they had to, what? Go with something that was more comfortable to them so that they could sit around and say, yeah, I went to a gold digger. Yeah, they cheated on me. Yeah, they did this. Yeah, they did that. Instead of being vulnerable. That's their deal. Take care.